Okay, so before we discuss some of the stuff about the last assignment for this year, I do want to say that these past few weeks have been some of the most intense weeks we have seen in a very long time, probably since like 1968 with the riots after Martin Luther King's Jr.'s assassination. Um, and what we're seeing is some of the most profound stuff and moments of action by people who are trying to stand up for what they believe is something, just trying to stand up for to make change. And what we're seeing are people who are maybe using that moment to lash out, or using that moment to loot. And we're seeing so much going on. We're seeing different people's reactions, different leaders' reactions. Um, so we are seeing a lot of what makes America America. This kind of constant struggle between good and bad, and this constant effort to try and create a sense of equality, which is just not existent. Okay, it is not existent, and we need to keep trying to do something to fix it. And I think some of the most powerful stuff I've seen over the last couple weeks is the amount of people who are in the streets protesting from Springfield and Northampton, and just so much stuff that I see on the news, and I see in person. Me and my wife stayed up till like 2:30 in the morning trying to figure out is what's justified, and figuring out more about this moment. Um, and with that said, I want this last assignment to try and have you reflect on what it means to be in the United States and what is, in fact, America. And we've seen, like, everything in our history is this good and bad, this we say one thing, we do another, and certain people have an intense advantage, and certain people are put and suppressed and killed and hurt in this country. Um, and I just want to see if I want you to I am assuming with the assignment you have seen the footage of protests, but and now I want to see I want to show you some pieces about how people are reacting and what they're saying we can do about it. And so that's the goal of assignment 21 is I want to do it a little different. Okay, I'm hoping that you choose the different option. So assignment 21. Boom. Okay, it says the last assignment. What did they do about it to what do we do about it? So the directions are there's a lot of options, so I wanted to be super clear with what's going on. So thanks for watching this intro video. You're going to scroll through the video options that are on this document, and then you're going to choose one of the options. Okay, so your options are what did our leaders do about it? So if you choose option 1, you're going to watch a speech by the current president, and then you're going to watch a speech by the Democratic presidential nominee, and see how the leaders respond to this moment. Okay, so that's option 1. You watch both of those. Option 2, if I learned how to flip a page back in elementary school, this would be seamless. Oh, here we go. Option 2 is hearing from George Floyd's family, and then hearing from a police chief. So you watch both of those. Okay. Option 3 is this. It looks like Trevor Noah is either in a chair next to his railing or in his bed, but he gives this intense reflection on this moment and this idea of a social contract and why is the violence kind of understandably and maybe even justified. That's in the Trevor Noah option. And then option 4 is looking at some reactions from Atlanta, with a speech from Killer Mike and a speech from Keisha Lance Bottoms, the mayor of Atlanta. That's option 4. You'll watch both of those. All of the links are the blue. Okay, so click that and gets you to the videos. So once you choose your video option 1, 2, 3, or 4, once you choose that, you then have another choice to make. Okay, after you've watched your videos, you can answer the reflection question, okay, for each set. So if you choose option 1, you answer the question for option 1. If you choose option 3, you watch that video and you answer that question in a paragraph, okay? Or you can choose a video option and create a piece of art, okay? This is what I'm kind of hoping we do, okay? So, your creative option, okay, is you will create a piece of art, written or visual, or somehow something that represents something creative, that is titled "This is America." I know I should probably, put it in quotes because it is the name of a Childish Gambino song, very much inspired by his song. So I want you to create a piece of art that can be titled "This is America." And to think about this piece of art, I want you to think about the videos you watched. I want you to think about the protests. I want you to think about our past, from the American Revolution and the principles that we stood up for then, why we rebelled, to westward expansion and why we took Native American land and treated them horribly, to the abolition movement and slavery and how the United States has this history of suppressing a group of people, and to the Civil War, and to now. Looking at all of that, how can you represent America through a piece of art? This is America. What does it look like to you? So that's the hope with this assignment. I know some of us are still working to catch up on work, so I'm anticipating some people to just do the reflection questions because they're behind. But if you are ahead, I encourage you to try the creative piece. I have an idea of what I want to do, so I'm hoping it works. And if you get it to me in a week, awesome, that's fine. Love it, send it to me. If you get it to me in July, awesome, I love it, send it to me. I want you to try this out and just reflect and think about what you think is America. So, this is the last Sosa in a Box moment, I believe. I wanted to say thank you for sticking through, completing these assignments, for keeping in touch with me, for reaching out with questions, for watching these things, Sosa in his box, and for being part of an incredible moment in history, and to think this has all happened in 3 months. That's crazy. All of this has happened in 3 months. It's bonkers. Maybe even less than 3 months, actually. So, I hope you know that you are part of something incredible, and you are watching something both powerful and horrifying at the same time. And I hope you feel motivated to constantly grow and be conscious of our history and what that can teach us about ourselves and our nation, and teach us about how we find what is good in our character, and how we strive to help others, and what we can do to help others and be better. I think that kind of was a hopeful goal of the whole course. So, I'm sorry it ended this way, and I'm sorry it's been focused on a percentage of work completion. Just know every assignment has been intended to try and get you to think, to tell us your opinion, and to have you reflect on moments and people. So, yeah. Miss you guys. And I'll see you in person eventually. Maybe next year when you're 10th graders. Alright? Love you guys. Miss you, and it's been an honor being your teacher this year.